Welcome, everybody. Happy Monday. It is the first Monday of 2023. Can you guys believe it? Um, there we go. Okay. Well, welcome. I hope everybody has had a great Christmas and New Year's. We didn't get to chat last week. I was feeling extremely under the weather last week. So I am back though. Today we're going to do a little bit of a recap from last year. Um, I pulled out the whiteboard and I gave it a quick update so we can chat about that. A little bit of recap from last year. We'll talk about the poll that you guys all voted for. And it is the second day of January, and I already have two finishes. So we'll talk a little bit about, I don't want to say resolutions, but maybe goals kind of going forward for next year. And then if you guys have any goals, anything that you're working on, I would love to hear them. Just type them in the chat. So what shall we talk about first? Let's talk about the project for this week. The very first New Start Monday Knits project has been determined. So I pulled out these two balls of yarn from my stash. This is Sans Garn. So it's 100% Norwegian wool. This stuff is really, really, really lovely to work with. If you haven't knit with it before, I would highly suggest it. It comes in different weights. There's worsted, there's a fingering. This is a DK weight. So this is the Pure Gint. There we go. So this colorway, let me see, I got to read the tag. The stuff all came from Little Red Mitten, and I don't know what I was buying it for. I have 4 different shades. Sorry, excuse me, guys. I may have to clear my throat a few times, and I don't have any water. This is okay. Sorry. Hopefully this all goes well. I think I have 3 different shades of blue and a white. I have 4 different balls that I think I was thinking of a cowl project at one time that didn't get cast on, which worked out very well because it was sitting here waiting for me this morning. So this colorway, dark teal disco is what it says, but it's a nice dark teal. And then this one is a light aqua. Yeah, light aqua. So I thought these two would look really nice together. I did the color test where I took a picture of it and then edited it into black and white. So there's a nice good contrast between these two shades. So I think it's going to look really nice together. So the poll question this week was, would this cowl be done in mosaic knitting or stranded knitting? So some of you have been stranded. Some people said do mosaic because that's the Fiber Friends challenge, so that it could be a dual project, which is always a good idea. So there was lots of votes, but there was definitely a clear winner. And the winning cowl project, what is the cowl knitting technique? That's what I probably want to say. For this year, very first project, right off the starting blocks here, is going to be, insert a drum roll, the um the technique is going to be mosaic. So I am super excited for that. I was kind of hoping that would win, but stranded knitting is definitely one of my favorites. I love, love, love doing stranded projects. So, which either way you guys voted, I was going to be really happy. But I'm excited to do a mosaic because, hi, Kara. Hi, everybody who's popping in here. I haven't done a mosaic in a while. I started one back somewhere in the middle of that whiteboard and didn't get very far other than probably a couple of inches, and that was it. So I'm excited to give it a go again and actually have this turn into a finish because I really would like to wear it. So I have a little motivation there that I actually want to wear this project. So fingers crossed, I can get off to a good start. So thanks to you guys for all voting. Mosaic is going to be a lot of fun. I do have a mosaic chart pattern all picked out, ready to go. I was debating whether I was going to knit it in the round. Most of the times when I do my cowls, I do them just a a small circumference, just pull over the head so they fit fairly snug and they're nice and warm. But this one here, I was thinking about doing it long like an infinity scarf and wrapping it at least twice, which leads me to a yarn, not problem, but just two balls isn't going to give me a nice long cowl. So what I may do is pull out, just gonna see if I had them right here. I don't have them within arm's reach. I've got the other two balls, so I may add those colors in. There was another, I think there was a blue kind of in between these two, a medium blue, and there was a white. So I may add those four colors in, or I just may take a peek on Little Red Mitten's website, see if they have these two colors in stock and get another couple of balls of these two colors and just carry on. Haven't completely decided, but I think I'm gonna go with the long cowl. That is really, that's making me excited to wear that. So I think that's what I'm gonna go with. I had pulled out a little 16-inch needle to do it in the round. This was going to be for a little bit of ribbing, so it was a smaller size needle. So I think I'm gonna put this back with my needles and go for a bigger size and do a crochet provisional cast on. Then I will just knit this wide, something like this, and knit it super, super long, and then graft it together at the end. So what do you guys think? Long? Is that thumbs up for do a nice long infinity double wrap? I think so. I just like that feeling of it being super, like really, really warm and cozy. So I think I will do that. Um, oh no, I see some people having tech tech problems tonight. Oh, Diane's saying long. I know. I'm really feeling long, so I think I'm gonna do long. So I'm excited. I can't wait to get this cast on tonight. Oh, what's hi Jocelyn. Long double wrap. Oh, you love those. Okay. Oh, hi Autumn. Autumn says long as well. Good. I know. I think I'm feeling long too. And plus, it's the first project of the month. So if I do a bigger project now, I can try to have it finished by the end of this is maybe we'll go right into now and then we can kind of look at the whiteboard. My very first goal, I'm not making a whole lot of goals or predictions or anything. Oh, hi guys. Oh, okay. So who? Sally says long, Nikki says long, Trish says long. I know. Right? That just feels maybe because it's January, it's supposed to be cold. It's not really super cold. It's warmed up a lot here. But I think it's supposed to get cold by the end of the week. But January is supposed to be cold and snowy, and just a double wrap just seems nice and cozy, doesn't it? Okay, I'm avoiding the whiteboard. Okay, let me grab it. All right. So, whiteboard. I did not bad keeping my whiteboard updated up until the first Monday of July. First Monday of July. July, there, you can tell I wrote in pink. I filled in all the rest of the green tonight because I didn't touch it after that first week of July. Not bad. I got through half the year, and then um yeah, then it went by the wayside and I totally forgot about it. How could I don't know. Anyways, it did. So I started out well and then totally fell off the wagon. So I went back through all my Instagram posts so I could fill it in and see what I had for starts, what I had for finishes. And the one thing that I definitely came to the conclusion of was I did a really, really, really bad job of keeping track of my projects this year. Last year, I seemed to do better, even on Instagram, just taking pictures and posting things that I had started and things that I had finished. This year, I didn't do that as much for whatever reason. I don't know whatever happened after July. I I don't know. All I can say is it's a brand new year and I can start fresh with a clean slate and carry on. So I did do just a quick, let's see, I didn't even count how many new starts I had because I start way more than 52. That is for sure. So by the end of June, I had cast on 45 projects. And then I had 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eight, 24. I've got about 74 projects that I wrote down that I cast on. And I had then I went through and looked to see what I had finished, and I came up with 35 finishes. So that's like half. If I started 70 some, 30 some finished, I'm okay with that. Um, I will have to I want to do better this year. And it's not so much that I really care about the numbers, how many finishes, because what I finish, I'm going to get finished. I mean, but I would like to have a little bit better record for next year. So I'm going to start and do better. Fingers crossed. I know. I guess we'll find out exactly 12 months from now when I sit back down here. And either I will be saying next year at this time, be like, oh my gosh, you guys, I did so fantastic. I was so organized. Or I'll be sitting here going, yeah, you know what? This year I got to August and then I completely forgot about the whiteboard. So we'll see. Thank you guys. A couple of you guys are saying half a year is good. Well, got to start somewhere, right? So now, hopefully, all I can do is go up from here. So I am also going to do Ravelry. I think Sally mentioned about Ravelry. And I do have plans to do it and keep it up to date as well. So fingers crossed. So I did add up. So out of these 35, just for fun. So I put some numbers down here along the bottom. Let's see. Hats definitely be the thing that I finished. So I had shawls. I did 3 shawls this year. Socks. Okay. Last year I had said I wanted to try and do 12 pairs of socks. Nope. I did 6, which I believe is what I did last year. So 6 seems to be a good number of pair of socks for me. So I did finish 6. Now, that was not that I didn't do 12 socks to get 6 pairs because I finished my flamingo socks and I finished a pair of Christmas socks that were just part socks to finish. But they count towards a finished pair. So I did manage to get 6 finished pair done. And I had a couple of pairs from Sock Madness in there that also counted in there. So that was exciting. Cowls, I did 5 cowls. Hats, I did 15. That is a little bit of an estimate because I had some of the cranked hats, and I can't remember exactly how many I did. I just guessed that I did 5. So it's around there. So about 15 hats, 2 sweaters, and I did 4 dishcloths and 1 pair of mitts. So I don't know. I'm pretty happy with that. 35 finishes, somewhere in there, all those numbers that should add up to 35. I did I did some of the dishcloths I did for my daughter for her wedding shower, and yeah, hats, I did a bunch of different hats. Some of them were for me, some of them, um, were going as gifts, some of them were going like charity donations. And what else? The socks were all for me. Oh, okay. So we'll talk about socks in a second. So really my goals for next year are I'm not going to get carried away with socks. I don't know, this past year I felt like I really wanted to be a sock knitter. I want, that want to kind of thing. And I don't know, when I'm in the mood for socks, I'm in the mood for socks. But I feel like I get very easily distracted when I have socks on the needles and somebody mentions the slightest little thing that I might be interested in. I'm like all over it and I have to cast it on and start it. So, sock knitting, I am making no predictions for socks this coming year. Another 6 pair would be nice. And but I do still want to do sock madness. So even if I can get maybe 3 pairs of socks done for sock madness, we'll see. So I see. Oh, hi Christine, Kara, Lynn. Oh, Kara said you had 48 finishes last year. That is amazing. Less than some years, more than others. Well, that's it. And you know what? And I didn't go back on purpose to see what I had finished from 2021 because I thought I don't want it to be a competition. I'm happy. 35 finishes. I'm thrilled with that. So I don't want to compare it to the year before because if the year before I had done 42, I don't want to have it clouded, right, by saying like, "Oh, darn, I did less than I did the year before." Because whatever you get done is amazing, right? So I'm not going to compare. And I saw Trish, I think it was Trish said clear the whiteboard. I am so excited to start fresh. So we're going to clear it right now and start fresh. Uh-oh. Okay. Maybe some of this that I've wrote on here that's been on here for a year. It may think it's a little permanent. We'll see how this is coming off. So it was interesting though, as I was going through Instagram and looking at all my New Start Monday posts, um, I was like, oh, that's right. I remember that. And yeah, so it was interesting. And some of them I was like, ooh, where is that project? There was the green Kool-Aid sock yarn that my nephew and I dyed over the campfire this summer at the cottage. I'm like, hmm, where are those? I started those, fixed them on because the yarn was sitting up so amazing. We just dyed it in the ball. I'm like, huh, where are they? So some of them I'm gonna have to find. And there was a few shawls that I had started. I'm like, oh, I would really like to finish those. So I may have to do a little bit of looking here. All right, this is going to take me longer to clear this off. So I will do it later. But look, there's some empty spaces. So what I am going to put on here right off the start is my 2 finishes that aren't even New Start Mondays. I finished 2 hats, one yesterday and one today. So I will put those on there. Let me show them to you. So the first one, this one actually, oh, Trish, that's a great idea. Got tons of hand sanitizer around. Yeah, that should take off some of that that erasable marker that's been sitting there for a year. So I finished a hat. Now you guys may notice this yarn. This is the yarn. I just dropped the ball band. Hold on. Oh, I don't know. Can I get it? This was yarn. This was Eric's birthday yarn. And So you guys all know the story. Every year for Eric's birthday, I always give him a ball of yarn wrapped up and as one of his gifts, and which then he promptly gives right back to me. And I then knit it up for him and then usually give it back to him at Christmas. Well, I didn't get it done at Christmas. So this had been a new start Monday. This was this a couple 2 or 3 weeks ago? There was two hat patterns we had picked from, and one was a cable and one was just a textured knit and purl pattern, I think. And you guys voted for the cable. Well, I started it. I can't remember what the name of it was, but it was a diagonal, it had like a little diagonal braided cable on it. Looked really, really cute. I started it, I got it cast on, and I did the ribbing. I worked on the ribbing. It was one by one ribbing, but I knew as soon as I cast that on, it said for worsted weight for this, and I think I went a size smaller than I normally would have for Eric. Anyways, they had me casting on 145 stitches with worsted weight yarn. And I thought, oh, that seems like a lot of stitches. But I cast it on and I started working the ribbing and I knew it was gonna be way too big. It was taking me forever to get around, just around doing ribbing. And so of course I did a little bit and I pulled it out and I thought, oh, I mean, I could see maybe you want more stitches for a cabled hat because cable pulls it in, it doesn't stretch as much, so you want more stitch count, but you don't want it for your ribbing. So anyways, I pulled it out and yeah, and just for fun, I put it on my head and it was like way, way, way too big. So anyways, that took my excitement for that hat pattern. So what I ended up doing, yeah, my excitement for that pattern was just kind of it was gone. I was over that pattern. So what I did was I put it on the crank machine, the Addy knitting machine, and I just cranked out the hat. So this is what it is. So there's the big long tube, and then just put one end up inside the other, and then fold the brim up. So it makes for a nice, super warm, cozy hat. And it only took me about 45 minutes to crank it out. And I will give it to him when I see him this weekend. We're doing our family Christmas this weekend. So he will get it then. So that was yesterday's hat. January 1st, this one here. Start, finished. Think it'll be perfect. It'll match his new coat. And there is one hat done. So the other hat I did today. Back to my woolies, my Thick and Quick. This might, I don't know, might, I don't know. I keep wanting to say it might be discontinued. I'm not sure if it's still on the shelf or not. It's called Metropolis, and I really, really, really love this colorway. I've had these balls in my stash for quite a few years because I bought them to make a sweater for myself, and then I just never ever seemed to get around to it. So I've started just using a ball here and there and making them into hats. So this is just a 2x2 ribbed hat and then 3 rounds of decreases up at the top. I started this last night and then I finished it this afternoon. So it's a super, super quick knit, 7mm needles for a couple of inches, and then I switched to 9mm. Super, super easy. Oh, Sally's saying you like the Ross hat for men. It's an easy pattern too. Perfect. Socks for Eric. Okay, yes, socks for Eric. So anyways, day 2 of January, 2 finished projects. I am really trying hard this year to get my finishes done in a timely manner. That's what I want to say. So that is my goal, really, is to try and get things finished within the month, maybe two, but not to have things sit around too long. That's what I really want to try for. Socks for Eric. Well, what do I have to show you? The pair did not get finished, but I do have one finished sock. So I ended up getting sick and could not knit for about a week. But I did end up getting one finished. I had done this sock up. I took a good educated guess on where I thought the toes needed to start. So I had this one, and I guessed pretty close. I had this one all done and just sitting on a circular needle. And then the circular needle that Linda had sent me, this cute little, this was a Haya, the wooden bamboo needle tip one. I pulled it out and cast on sock two. So sock number two has got the leg done, and I'm just ready to start working on, sorry, the heel flap. Um, I'd hoped to get this done for the weekend. Maybe close. We'll see. But I do have plans to work on this and get them done and give them to him this weekend. I will probably wrap them up and he can open them however close this sock is to getting done. So I'm hoping it'll get done. So and then he can just have them and just wear them. It's not obviously not Christmas anymore, but he can just wear them for the winter and or keep them. I guess he can decide what he wants to do. Or keep them, put them away, and have them for next December. We'll see what he does. Oh, Wendy's got a good idea here. She says, I always have a notebook near where I knit. I take notes on items I start. I love watching podcasts and making notes of anything that interests me. That's a good idea. Then, if you've got that book always there, you can always reference it, can't you? Um, oh, what is this? Susanna saying, note to self, no patterns with purl two, what is that? Purl two together through the back loop. Yeah. Those could be a little tricky, or they just kind of slow you down a little bit, don't they? So that has been my knitting for the last couple of weeks. Now, I did start one more project. This was last week's new start. You guys voted. I had you picking between pink and this green. This was lichen and lace shrub. This is so pretty. And this was Madeline Tosh corsage. This kind of nice dusty rose color. So, anyways, a lot of you. So this was for Jocelyn's Rebel Make Along that started actually back December 1st, and then it went right through to December 24th. So it is the actual, but there was a couple of us who hadn't had time to start it before Christmas, and we said we would start it between Christmas and New Year's. So I know Nikki started, and I think Amber cast on as well, and I cast on. So I decided, a few of you had said, Louise, these two colors look really, really good together. Why don't you just do the shawl in these two colors? So the shawl is knit. Jocelyn's done it where there's a main color and then there are 24 minis, like your Advent mini set. And that is what she designed it with, was using Erin from Fiberweed Fiber Co's Advent calendar for this year. So it is, hers is done in stripes using the little minis. I honestly couldn't find my minis. I have a box of minis that I've kind of been collecting over the years, and I thought, okay, I could just randomly pick from those. Couldn't find it. Couldn't find it. In an effort to tidy, I have moved it somewhere to be found when I do not need it. So, anyways, I got looking at these two balls sitting there and I thought, you know what? They do really look nice together. And I have two balls of the shrub and I don't know, I have a few balls of this. So I've got lots and lots of yarn. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to do a two color shawl. So I haven't got super, super far but it is started. So I will show you what I've got. Now, if you're going to knit this and you don't want to see, I really only have, well, I've got two, start of two patterns. So if you don't want to see this, if you want to keep it a surprise, if you're going to knit it at some time, then just look down at your knitting. So here it is. So I've got my main color, and then this would be a mini, the main color, and so it's off to a good start. I think I am on day, I think I'm just on day 2. I have not gotten very far, but I'm enjoying knitting it. It is, Jocelyn tells you right off the bat that it is a large size shawl because she likes her shawls large. So it is, I'm enjoying it. I think I picked a 3.5 millimeter needle to knit with fingering weight, and I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. So I do have to catch up. I didn't really have any plans that I would try to get this done within the month of January, but I could. It's the second day of January. I'm on day 2. Those dates are kind of aligning here. If I sit and finish day 2, I don't know. That seems like a lot of pressure to knit all of this in a month. We'll see. Maybe 2 months. Maybe it can be a Valentine's Day finish for me. So that is what I have been working on the last couple of weeks. Did anybody else? What has everybody else been working on? Have you got some finishes? What was your New Year's Day cast on? Did you start something else new? Did you finish anything? My oh, I need a little stocking. That's what I did. I was like, what did I do New Year's Eve? I did a little Christmas stocking. Liz had sent out with the Fiber Friends Christmas card exchange. She sent out a little Christmas stocking pattern that she had written up. So that was my Christmas Eve knit. I cast it on and I finished it. It's super, super cute. And I think I'm going to make a few more of them for next Christmas. So that was really fun. So I'll have to make note not to lose track of that pattern so I can reuse it again next year. But that was fun. That was a New Year's Eve kind of start and a finish. It was a good way to finish off the year with a finish and then start this year with 2 finished hats. So I'm going to try to keep channeling that energy for starts and finishes. So let me see what all you guys have been working on. Oh, hi, Kim. How are you? Happy New Year. Oh, Josanna said, oh, you've been under the weather and spent the day in bed. I know that's not good. I hope you're starting to feel better. Kara, your Christmas Eve cast on was a second pair. Oh, a second sock. And you finished it on December 30th. Oh my gosh. The 24th. That was like 6 days, Kara. Super speedy. That's wonderful. Oh, Diane, you started the Falling Leaves blanket yesterday. Okay, so blanket. Is that going to be a year-long project? Is that just going to be a winter project? Do you have any idea how, when you want to have, do you have a deadline for that? Nikki, you cast on a mosaic bag pattern. You can make it into a purse and oh, earthy autumn tones. That'll be nice. So yes, so the Fiber Friends, our January challenge is mosaic knitting. So if you have always wanted to do mosaic knitting, now would be a great time. Put your project in Ravelry. I have not opened the thread yet, but I will do that shortly because some of you probably have some works in progress that you're pulling out to finish, and those totally count for the challenge. So if you haven't done mosaic knitting before, I'll just give you a little rundown on what it is. A slip stitch knitting is what it is. You use 2 colors, but you only knit with 1 color at a time. 1 color is knit with 2 rows. So either a front side or a right side. You can do it in the round. And After those 2 rows, you knit with main color and slip your contrast color. Shouldn't really say main and contrast because that's not really so color A, color B. So you've got first 2 rows, you're knitting with one color, you're slipping the opposite color. You get back to 1, 2 rows, 3 in the next 2 rows, you're switching. You're knitting with the other color and slipping the color that you just knit with, and you do that for 2 rows, and then you switch back again. And, it's pretty easy. You're only knitting across with one color. When you turn around and you come back on the backside row, you don't even need to read the chart because you're doing exactly what you did, knitting across. Whatever you knit, you're going to knit or purl, and whatever stitch you slipped, you just slip it. So those 2 rows are the exact same. The next 2 rows, you switch your colors that you're working and slipping and work those 2 rows across. And then you just follow your chart, and it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy. It'd be worth a try, be a good project to try if you haven't done it. January always seems to be like one of those times where you wanna start and try something new, so mosaic knitting might be a good start. Like, do a dishcloth. It doesn't have to be anything big. Do a fun dishcloth just to give yourself something new and fun in the kitchen, or as a spot cloth would be nice. Oh my goodness, Tracy, you finished your temperature scarf January 1st and then Kitchener Thins together. Good for you. That is fun. So you did that. So you kept right up with that. That's exciting. Kara, you want to try the shift cowl to learn mosaic. Perfect. Hi, Audrey. Oh, New Year's Eve, you've cast on fingerless mitts out of Advent sock yarn left over. Oh, from Vintage Christmas. Socks and mitts for New Year's Day. That sounds great. Jocelyn, you're just casting on, um, what is that? Solstice Socks by Petite Knitter. Oh, I like her stuff. That'll be a fun. Diane, oh, okay, so Diane, this is your blanket. So a few months, probably it's a crochet. Oh my gosh. Diane, this keeps getting bigger. So it's crochet king size blanket, 300 stitches wide, so 80 inches. It will stay on the back of the couch. Oh my gosh, how fantastic is that going to be? So are you doing it as is it granny squares? Is it granny stripes? Is doing to celebrate your birthday? Say, I'm crocheting. I'm like, oh, that just makes me so happy. So he said he was doing some granny squares, and he is very crafty and can just teach him things. So I'm sure he was just on YouTube, and he said he had, I think, was doing like a double stitch, and then he had probably got tired with that, and he said he was doing something like a popcorn stitch or something. So I'll see him on Saturday, so I'll get to see what all he's been working on. Oh, Susanna, there are some purl four or purl two togethers for back loop on day 4. Oh no. Thanks for warning me. Oh, Trish, you started your pressed flower shawl. Yes. Oh no, twice. Uh-oh. So the pressed flower shawl, you guys have probably all seen that. There's a shawl, there's a cowl, there's a hat, and a sweater as well. So it's mosaic knitting too. It's really pretty. Oh, Lynn, you're saying, yeah, what a pain they were. So the pearl two together. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to suck it up and take a deep breath. Yes, the Rebel Mystery Knit Along. Oh, Jocelyn's saying she's thinking of a massive sport weight mosaic shawl. No reasonable goals here. Well, you got to make what you're going to wear. And if you like something that's really big, then that's what you need to do, right? Even if it takes you longer, you're gonna wear it in the end, right? Because there's always that is I'm sure we all have or can think immediately off the top of our head, what is our favorite go-to shawl? You know, when you're running out of the house, what's the one you grab? You shove it in your knitting bag or your purse or your beach bag or whatever, right? And mine is, without a doubt, it's my European road trip shawl. It's nice and big because I want it big. I want it to either to keep me warm or I want it big enough if I'm going to the beach to keep the sun off my shoulders. So, yeah, so big. I'm with you with all the big ones, big cast-ons for sure. What? Oh, okay, so Susanna's saying yes, so that did the pearl to together, the back loop part just changes which way it leans. That's right. So really, you could just purl 2 together if you're not super worried about which way your stitches are gonna lean. You're right, you could just bypass that, couldn't you? Diane, you did the pressed flower shawl, you loved it. That's good. There you go, Trish. So Trish, are you on track? So you said you started twice. So which is not a big deal, right? I mean, lots of us you start, you pull out. So what was it? Was it you didn't like your needle size? Was your gauge off? Um, you didn't have to switch colors or anything, did you? Because your colors were really nice. So hopefully you're back on track. Hi, Paula. Happy New Year. Hi, Nancy. Oh, you're knitting the habitation throw. Oh, with DK minis. Nice. Elise, none. Only have one, and it's too small and falls off. Oh dear, that's not good. Diane, what is this? Skip 2 stitches, then a single, half double. Oh, this is the crocheted blanket. Okay, so skip 2 stitches, then a single, a half double, and a double, all in the next stitch. Oh, so that makes like a thingy, a short, a longer, and a short, right? What is this? Then a single, a half double, and a double. Hard to describe the texture. Okay, that sounds exciting. Okay, okay, so Jocelyn's saying also, she says also, the designer of the Rebel Mystery Knit Along totally got tired of purling 2 together through the back loop and just purled 2 together most of day 4. It only changes how the stitches lean. Yeah. So there you go. Jocelyn didn't even bother doing that little twist, so the rest of us can just kibosh it too. Hi, Wendy. Happy New Year. Oh, Trish, your favorite shawl is MIA? Like missing in action? Like gone? Um, oh, Trish, you weren't too far along. Okay, that's good. So you're all back on track. Everything working out good? Oh, so Diane, so it's like a slanted shell. Wow. I would love to see pictures of it. So you're thinking it's only going to take you a couple of months. Okay, see, I'm thinking king size blanket to me is like 12-month project. 12-month project, but that's good. If you can get it done in a couple of months, that'll be fantastic. Fantastic. Um, uh-oh. Okay. Well, we're just gonna carry on. I touched something on the screen and I've got I don't know, made my screen go funny. I tell you, you would think after all this time doing all these lives, but I don't want to play around with it too much. Anyways, we'll just leave it the way it is. So, what else? Everybody sounds like they've got great projects on the go. That sounds really, really good. I'm gonna work really serious. Well, other than the hats, I do want to make a few more hats. I do. I said I really wasn't doing like goals or plans for this year, but do want to do quite a few more hats. I want to do some for gifts, and I do want to do a bunch to donate. So I do want to sneak in some hats in between different projects. So, ooh, okay. I got my screen back. Fantastic. Okay, let me see. Oh, Labrina, how are you? Happy New Year to you. Okay, so my new cast on. Oh, sea glass tea. Oh, that's nice. See, I like that. You're thinking warm weather. So how soon is it before we really need to start thinking about warm weather knits? Is it too soon? It's probably never too soon, is it? I have to say, New Year's Eve, I was already starting to think about beach knitting. And like, okay, that's a little too soon, but yeah, I know. I guess we have to be prepared, don't we? And knitting a tee right now would be great, short sleeve. Um, so then you'll have it as soon as the nice weather gets here. That's a great idea. What color are you working it in? Diane, what color is your blanket gonna be? Is it like a scrappy blanket, or did you have to go buy the yarn for it? Or did you have stuff in your stash? Kim, Kim, you're channeling warm weather knits. Um, after those below, um, craving warm weather. Yes, I know. It's maybe now that the holidays are over, it's warm weather can start coming now, right? We've had our little bit of snow over Christmas. Now we could start warming up again, right? Lynn, you ordered yarn from what is that? Arcan Fiber Works? Oh, so you haven't got it yet. Nice. So, okay, so did I miss what are you gonna use this for, Lynn? Paula, you said you weren't starting anything new till I had finished something, but I caved already and cast on a mosaic dishcloth. Well, I don't see anything wrong with that, Paula, because dishcloths are small projects. So it's not really going to take a significant amount of knitting time away from the projects you're trying to finish. Sometimes you just need a little bit of a break and you just need to switch it up a little bit, right? So I think that's an okay. Hi, Sam. Sam, how are you doing with your dishcloth? So Sam sent me a picture of her very first dishcloth for the year 2023, and it was already about half finished. Val, how are you doing? Oh, yes, you're waiting to see Lynn's colors. That I know. Getting new yarn is always really, really exciting, isn't it? Yes. Oh, Diane. Okay, so you got your yarn from Walmart. Yes, Bernat Premium. That's really nice and soft, isn't it? Brown tweed. Oh, Diane. So this is the one. Okay, I saw your start. So the brown tweed and the Aran tweed. So it'll be like a cookies and cream looking striped blanket. Okay, but you were the one who was saying that your OCD was kicking in and all the little bits of tweed were driving you bonkers and you felt like you needed to pull them all out, right? Yeah, I hope yeah, you're just gonna have to let that go. Just embrace that look. Oh, then you forgot to check how long your yarn well, hopefully it won't take too long, especially now with all the Christmas rush. Hopefully it won't take too long. Oh, okay. So Susanna's saying, so that's what you're gonna do on day 6. Oh, so there's more Pearl Choose Together coming up on day 6? Jocelyn, what are you doing to us? Tracy, oh, you're doing some searching for a pattern for a new sweater. That is very exciting. So, what are you looking for? Are you looking for worsted weight? Are you looking for something chunky? Are you looking for fingering? Do you know what color? So many decisions. Is it pullover? Is it cardigan? Cables? Lace? Hmm. Just plain? Do you want top down? Do you want bottom up? Do you want to piece it? Do you want to seam it? Do you want a zipper? Do you want buttons? I mean, oh my goodness. So many exciting decisions. So February also is Fiber Friends um, sweater month, February. So if you get it started, you can always finish it in February and it will qualify. Or Jocelyn and I are doing the 2-week sweater challenge for those who might want to be a little adventurous with their sweater knitting. Because that, Jocelyn, we're going to have to start getting ready for that because now that it's January, time is ticking until that 2-week sweater challenge kicks off. Oh, Val, what is this? Oh, you're finally knitting the foot on this. Oh, the kids sock. Very good. Yes, Sam, did you get your first dishcloth finished or are you still working on it? Oh, Susanna, you're doing it now. The pearls two together. Uh, well, that's all right. That's we can work those pearl twos together. We can do that. All right. Good stuff. Well, I'm excited to keep working on my shawl. I will have to see if I can work through the rest of day 2 and get ready to move on to day 3 tomorrow night after I get home from work. I've got to clear off this whiteboard and I'm going to put this mosaic knitting project in. You guys, I'm really, really excited for this cowl. And it's supposed to get cooler here on the weekend. It's supposed to start snowing again on the weekend. So I'm thinking, oh, how fast can I knit? Can I get this knit in time while the snow is still here? This winter has been so hit and miss. It snows and then it melts. It snows and it melts. So I would love to have it ready for when we get a bit of a cold stretch so I can wear it. Okay, so let's see. Oh, Jocelyn, you've got your sweater pattern and yarn all picked out. Exciting. And your sweat and your swatch. You are really ready. Just need the dates for my calendar. Okay. Well, we'll have to chat. Yeah, we'll get the actual starting date. We usually do it kind of the last, oh, I think, did we decide that? I have to look again, date, but that'll give you an idea. Oh, Lynn, you're starting day 13 of the Rebel Mystery Knit Along. Sam, you're almost on the first dishcloth. Excellent. Excellent. You are right on track. Good stuff. Well, oh my gosh, you guys, everybody sounds like you guys have all got amazing projects on the go. I think this year has started off on a great note. And yeah, just we've got about a few minutes left here. Does anybody have any goals? We talked about what you're working on, but is there anything specific? Like, is this the year you're going to knit your first sock? Is it going to be the year you knit your first sweater? Diane's got her yarn ready for the February sweater challenge. Fantastic. Oh, Tracy's saying pullover, maybe with a bit of color work in sport or GK. Okay, that sounds fantastic. Color work is always fun. Can never go wrong with color work. Exciting. Well, I am excited here. I'm gonna have to go find my needle. I'm thinking for this yarn. So it's gonna be mosaic. If anybody just is coming in at the end, if you missed what won out, stranded or mosaic, it is mosaic. And this yarn they call for either a 3.5 or 3.75 millimeter. I don't know. I'm going to start with a 4, I think, and see from there. I'm going to start do Mm, a little bit. I'm gonna do a working gauge swatch. I'm gonna cast on and see. I'm gonna see how I like the gauge, how tight it is. I don't want it to be super, super tight, and with slip stitches, it can be, um, tighter, not as stretchy, not as much drape, so that's why I'm gonna go a little bit larger needle size. So, 2 things that I'm gonna check on is how the feel of the fabric is and the width that I'm getting, because I don't want it to be too narrow. I want it to be, um, wider over being too skinny. And the stitch pattern that I have is wider. It's a 16 or 18 stitches is a stitch pattern repeat, so it will be wider. I won't be, um I'm gonna have to do multiples of it. Yeah, I think it's 16. So, anyways, I think it will be fun. Diane, will you show us the pattern? Yes, I will show it to you. Diane also says she'd love a mosaic bag in those blues as a beach bag. Oh my goodness, that would be fun as a beach bag, wouldn't it? Oh my, look at that. See, we're getting back into that warm weather talk, aren't we? I don't want to start thinking about that really right yet because it's going to make the winter seem super, super long. So, but you're right. This would make a really fun beach bag. Lynn sounds like a great idea. Lynn wants to concentrate on getting her stash down and getting some works in progress finished. But I just bought more yarn. I failed already. Well, it's always a good balance between the two, right? Finish a little bit, start something new. It's just ever flowing, right? Oh, tin can knits. Yeah. That was for Val. Is Val, you were looking for something? Yeah, tin can knits. They're always a good spot to go check out whatever you're looking for. Got tons of great patterns. Oh Val, that's what you does anybody know of a sock pattern for a little girl? Yeah, tin can knits would be good because they size their patterns from children up, so there's tons and tons of choices. Oh, Lynn, you ordered some DK and undyed and oh, she sells seashells in DK. Exciting. All right, everybody. Well, that sounds really good. I'm gonna go find my needle and get this cast on tonight. I think that's tonight's project will be getting this cast on and me stringing along. Diane says no shiny distractions. Is that for you or for me? Probably, or for a lot of us. Need to stay focused, right? We're only on day 2 of the brand new year. So whatever your goals are, right? To reduce your stash or maybe not buy any yarn for a little while or get something finished. Let's just go 1 week at a time. Let's see if we can, whatever your goal is, see if we can maintain that for the rest of the week until next Monday and we can check in. So I guess really, I want to get a really, really, really good start on this and get it into Ravelry, get it on my whiteboard, just enjoy this whole brand new start, this clean slate kind of thing. And I'm going to keep track of my hats, keep track of how many I crank out, how many super bulky hats I hand knit, and yeah, just keep a little bit better track. That is my biggest goal for this year. Well, everybody, I think our hour is probably up here now. So this has been great chatting with you all. Thanks for all the votes. Mosaic knitting has got me super, super excited. And we'll come back next week and we will see how far I am on this project and how many more hats I have. And I will have the whiteboard sitting up here. This is where it's just going to live over here. So I will be accountable every week to get it updated. That is my plan. So, oh, Diane wants to get her stash on Ravelry, a huge task. Yeah. Good luck. Good luck. I tried doing that, but my stash was just way too big and it was gonna like take me years to get it done. So, but I think it is a good idea. I love the idea of having it all in there. So good luck, Diane. Just start and just, yep, start working on it. Tanya, Happy New Year to you. Sam, working on dishcloth is hurting your wrists. Okay. Well, if it is, then don't push yourself. Just do what you can do. That's all. That's an easy one, right? Don't push yourself too hard. You don't want to hurt that wrist anymore. Oh, thanks, Lynn. Yes, I am feeling 200% better than I was a little while ago. That is for sure. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go find a needle and get this cast on. So I'm going to hopefully show some progress pictures on Instagram throughout the week. And then we'll come back here next Monday. We'll cast on something else. We will all catch up and I will make sure I have Ravelry updated so I can tell you that I've done it. So good night, everybody. Have a great first week of the brand new year. Happy knitting, and we will chat with you all later. Bye, guys.